3,000 above seabed, connecting across all regional capitals. And of course, here in the nation's capital, we are on top. Folks, tonight, it's a special edition, and you have to brace yourself and brace it well. Now, folks, 2 items on the bill. Now, it's almost that like a couple of weeks from now, I'm not quite sure it's a month. A couple of weeks from now, that is next month, January 2026. The opposition New Patriotic Party is heading towards the polls. Of course, all the candidates of the party, of course, would go for their conference as well, of course, to select or elect, for want of proper word, to elect a flag bearer who will lead the party in 2028 elections. And as we speak tonight, there's a lot that is really boiling. It's quite severe one, of course, as candidates crisscross across the length and breadth of the country in a more, call some hilarious. Some too, you can see the momentum is gathering. Some too, their momentum drops. And of course, tonight we are going to peruse, ask more questions again. Who is leading? Who is commanding the grassroots? Whose momentum is dwindling and all of that? Folks, plus, the front line tonight can state on authority that the self-styled man of God, whose name was meant to be that of we not to mention, and that if we mention this platform or the premises of CTV will be in flames or whatever. Folks, may I say, Ghanaians, we've uncovered all there is to that threat. Whoever that issued the threat, whether we know, we don't know. But tonight, I am here to tell you, more has uncovered right from last week, Thursday, Friday, Saturday, Sunday, and even tonight, even this afternoon. Tonight, we are going to name a man of God you've known for a very long time, who is watching right now. He's sitting behind his screens. He's watching. Yes. He and his Alsatian dogs, they are watching the show tonight. We are going to name him and shame him tonight here. Yeah. So brace yourself. By the way, may I say, the expose hasn't started. Don't get it twisted. The frontline major expose hasn't started. This is just a build-up. So just brace yourself tonight. A lot is coming. Folks, let's get started with something here, because we need time. But this is also one of a special edition, and Adria here the bro. Ebria can say just about some weeks from now, the opposition New Patriotic Party and a woman beko agopramano so dear no mkweho woman kohwe se wombe party no party no etitineni a obehwe ma bibia aye kama ebra wonomo eye den ehwe se hwan no bedi party nenim na womo akọ abato nyame adom a eye friend is saying December 2028 nti akansi ni mu ayedin pa America 2 and omode call rounds sabre wo hwe a yebise se hwan na o lead sa America 2 yi hwan su na ni America 2 mu ayemre hwan su pa na ye ka se o command the delegates no ene ehonge kan aye president nsmp koso tonight me name guest ebetna say ebi wo London ebi so be wo studio ha na yatna si di nkomo ya pensem atete na basane asre ne ahwe se hwan na o make the giant step na enioma so ekuye de mano ane niema pi wo ha ebiom there is this allegation big one air fly somewhere in certain circles there. Some of the candidates allegedly moves be say one more so munya womunya friends election jamam say be on bear radio so medium serious allegation power is flying tonight na nina no akwenya bebama ibibie nina asum when we said in your city folks it's flying tonight sorry in the anadri they made me a culture and say call a friend, call a brother, call a sister. We sit here and talk because all the network links in Alpha. Oko my CTV GHR, yeah, they are toho. Oba the frontline Ghana and so yeah, they are toho. And sana, upesa ocean or normal television so and also so ubi TV na wo share. Plus, nano ukuada. And ye bet me if you had dim komo bi say. Yet ye baby yenke bi nshemo. Tuesday and will be frame ya na sem ne sen yam. Yen ya bone sofo bi din to won tiase o tiase enye na wo mo be fi ha be ye to trust bi na nti Ghana for be kaya. Ni wukuada me buy ye be address issue no kama. Ye be address bibia. And ye bo nipa miensa din ka say ba ko politician mienu omo ministry no mo. Ni state in the class by the way. Say nipa ya ye bo ni din. May I say our ministry ni mumpa. One, on me frame on me kame on ye me hwe enti ye ntimi mfa asam ne nhye ne concept. Eyo no empo no wasome nipa na na bibia tesa. So Ghana for back I said we are being cautioned say yen yeden yen reti say nipa na yen draw nipa no into this even though or although I stated say adie we ebie si pen na I believe say enye no ho event say enye no ho kan say emframa ena yesie hu esi empremienu ba kuna me wo radio de to so mienu na me wo TV so na me kire mode Iranum me ka sa asem ni wie ya edi nyoma sisi ye enyoma esie from the yawada kosi ni events fiada ye holiday over the weekend biesi na esuchi me no mienu ba wo benya bibia clear sesi ye ka se bibia ye so clear to us ti anadwi osofu penia ochem masa boni wey ye bedie tian yo se be ye din yo so ye hwan yo ono aka se yi ne ho aba osofu peni ba unim no abotre make us enne asem kresan mobo san mesre o eduma ye o o eduma ye o because oh wedding oh eduma we nipa yeah when o eduma ye o but because of and show where am yenti o say me ma pomfo ye ne ye betra ye be show who can say ba be reply who can say oh Ediya me different my friend akwasi but you don't know say anything no that alone tells you say na me no you very good very nice but son no you fake or you fake a fake man of God or you no want to say or your grandma but son no ni mu no onu to me jina waka chem so why disappointed akwasi why disappointed me kwaku me nya this who some ka say me ma word o folks, also for Penio, a man of God, a self-styled man of God, you know, tonight we are going to name and shame now, the American say, "Saw Alsatian dogs no mugu bakuno da made in the picture, beba. One of the Alsatian dogs, I only take a reputable radio station despite ABS on Koye Jumoson on way free ho in your time so baby di me kwakuduma me kwakwanan now what do you say curacinity so hey now what is that when we are talking about journalism there me my your journalism on my way mu ma TV my goodness me nka se quarter wo nyamu one ohọ na wote wo okay FM no bisa won say dey na wa achieve dey ama wo ho dey unima ne say wo ba be kinkan news kurasini ni we bie wa no akasa se kurasini a wo fie kura wo ba ye no sabe ye na ye fi kura na ye ba na nse ye ba na ya polish up to na wontimi polish a lunatic mu ba be didi me kwekwonatam in spite of mo threat ni na ne anya adwuma sa ho o say mo ba mo nam nipa be 3 or sesen na ma betra ho me couple of bloggers are womuguha. So most of mu chanki wo muswa mu be dwane mu be tutowiem ne ma sore no. But who say many times me obi come here who say mama blogger bi aba say obe you kweku I'm one man 1,000 untimi bamono enam say mu rented dogs and kramai ni ade mu begu say munye de mu rented dogs inti mi metumi abe rent mu ama musika say mu be gina obi abo ano na munye dede mu asefo muni mura Ghanaians don't know say oyeden we a fake man of God. And tonight, let's see how it happens. Folks, tonight, Agroni has our initial way, one of my worst show. I have to do it and do it this way. But before I be him, of course, Shana's program way proudly brought to you by Biogas Expert Engineers. Of course, Biogas Expert Engineers are small more kind of them. You bet me up wow. A bria ye ka say holidays no one year kono. Se bia o pasa sibini nsi dan na mawa e dan asa maka kyerem ye be si dan no e pagya de akosoro ye wo company a sa company no ye san be rufi so de amaw okay ye be rufi so kama ye rufi so wia afi ye ba be ya de bi so e dan nim ye betimi a POP e de amaw state of the art kitchen ye be amaw but most notably ye hia pa ye floor tiles na ye e wo form ho ye your bedroom, ye your living room. Afi ye beba baby a friend compound tiles and industrial one. And to make us say, so what dan unyen see na opesi simo ya ebe ma events a building plan ni esi ama. Okay, ye wia na afi ya hwe say ye si dan na wie no a ye company na aba be bosso ama no na afi ya to your boss ni aye debe ya tiles ni di ama. Tiles ni bi na ye ne sisi an wo hwe one of a beautiful task a be baby we are say Ghana your company and a biogas for me I consider him. I'm a senior member of this company. You see that all over Ghana and other parts of African countries ye kokoye juma now munim so say real estate ejuma enso ye dia yenso ye sisi dan ahodo different kinds into wood and ye betimi esi ama ye sima we are na fi ya hwe say ye be tiles na ma tiles ne ye living room where ye back compound ne ye be compound tiles beautiful one can you know ye this bricks DS tiles wo abonto ne ye jaye wo koye sisi a na efu efifiwom emwa enti ye tiles we ye ma wa chale enye better sao at the same time ye industrial one and so more retail more retail ni supermarket ne shops are kese no so ye betimi aba be ye bi o shop ho no animal retail companies so including corporate organizations to say banks ministries departments ye beba ho ye be ni na hwe we say ye no fefefe e wo ho including mo running Venezia fuel stations ye beba for the avoidance of oil spillage ye betimi aba ye ho a oil egu from enya hwe bibia kama ati ye task to the extent say opese ye yama ne ye to say task here yet ye imported be ya ye chichemu to say the uhunu screen you see look at the colors like ancient colors so beautiful ye be ni na dem including leku susufo no enzore no festive period be bebre na mo be say as say mo ye dem mo ye renovations and mo see asoro ye betimi be tiles ni bi e wo ho no ma ni na na aye kama bomodin the obeya na say mo be frɛ eye biogas expert engineers ye numbers ni go screen so eye task na mo pa ye be task ni dia mo because that task we exclusive e bi ni ba bia ye wia na ye painted task no so neat task we ye ya untumi ntutu e bi na wo form he kama untu ye ntutu o bibi no e boss so be pai unlike the other tasks na ye ya bibi tumi boss na pai na se ye kwohwehwe the same tile near ye be replace ba ukwa wunya sa tiles we ye wo compound mawa wo cars be say including bulldozers be park wo enye hwe feyi including o bedroom ne o living room tiles ne ye be fe de ama wate ane enti mesrew se wo asase ana so se opesi esi dan ne mawa dan no ye besi e de ama na ya ye POP ni bibia so e de aka ho Amau, not just say you are simply cool to go. Biogas expert engineers, and I wash it down where you are. POP ni ayen for fair I know. Ceiling fans near the boom. umpe when up at the state of the art. Come. Ubeti me afraid your numbers and a good screen is where POP ni bini FAE. You see Danamawa, ye be determined say what dino fashion way and a see a deco. Now we say silly way who be that entire common sir. Nina no biogas expert engineer so be free with 055 589 3001 and 0546 205377 0546 205377. Not just see no AD and common. Maminchia me friend saying me brap anyway. Lord, you are watching me, one of the top security officers in the state. Salute you, sir. Yes, folks. Anti-bombarding contact biogas expert engineer maybe behind and kama. Up next is what politics of today, still under Ghana Speaks Now. Tonight, on Politics of Today, we take a closer look at MPP's upcoming delegates elections, the crucial contest to elect a flag bearer for the 2028 general elections. We examine the dynamics, the strategies, and the shifting alliance, and assess how each of the candidates is performing on the campaign trail. Yababe share MPP for elections na yekom sisi mu ayeshe. I come with number of days or weeks. Let's just say omo ekwa den ekoto aba. Tonight we are going to examine all of that, including who is gaining grounds, who is losing momentum, and what does it all mean for the future of the party. Tonight we break it all down. Yababe shenina. But before you be MPP the enemy, my main family the build up. Keynes, are you there? Keynes, are you there? Sure, one can just engage the space. Before you be remono, folks, the frontline upcoming investigations are year by year, next year, in the body of Christ. And I'm the Emunioma ABP. Plus the threat that came on the frontline show. But before we be remno ma mentonkra enfre enipebi. No, wait a minute. Before we join our guests to shed more light on these political developments, we turn briefly to the Frontline's upcoming expose or explosive expose in the ministry of Christ, titled The Workers of Iniquities. A storm is coming, and the Frontline is ready to expose the truth. Now, in the latter part of last week, a self-styled woman of God who had earlier been sentenced to 15 years imprisonment appeared before the Accra High Court for review of her case. The scenes were sorrowful, disturbing, regrettable, and deeply unsettled. And tonight, we ask the hard questions. Yes, sorry, not High Court, Amasaman District Court. Folks, we ask the hard questions tonight. Where were the Christian Council, the Pentecostal Council, the Charismatic Council, when this woman was allegedly abusing the fundamental rights of people under the guise of ministry, including her own church members? Who was watching? That's another question. Who was speaking? And who failed to act? Tonight we ask the questions. Last week, any day, both the men and the women, I am self-start, including the Anadui, Yebabe exposing. We are going to shame them. Self-start. Mami Way was known to be a self-start woman. Adebia wa ye wa Ghana in the name of Ghana freedom of their worship. And any Dick and Tom and Harry Bia Soria. One won't face any Yansem obetini aiden esisi Ghana for ayedi opebia. Now baby say ebra mami na oye komfo a okom a man who so be share the ministry of Christ mu no na afi ode nyamesu ene nyame atare e share ye say wo ye nyame dwuma no e ba na sen afi de o ye ne say o start say o abuse enipa bi right na no na anadue bi say enipa ku a won mo hwe Christosom so to say Christian Council, Pentecostal Council, Charismatic Council, no more himfa. Woman na hwe maami we e ma ne ye kwasiasem bi ope e wo Ghana ha e abuse nipa fundamental right. And I see say na phobia ho. Hwe enti say asofo ni binumu e ye omu niama fun ni sa ne ye ka na omu so omu ntia. Ya na omu refi say no, oman na ye tim no mo fi say freedom of worship, but I no mo refi say mra e wo ha. De bia no bi say enkom fun ni atro na mo hye no. Ye say bra na be prove na kire ya. When some of your prophecies can cause what you call fear and panic, no mo gina ha. Omu ntimi nya hwe. Now last week na ya rehusem in the eyes of many people. Now obi say obi entunufo, some of us like me amete ha. Na me one of the futufo. But one fa owie no kra no o de mi menim ebe ye agoprama so obegu minim ase wo mo mpa futu nipa ben ye kana se me. Take a listen to this. Manhuno onini wo ye na dwen se wo tumi wo Ghana obia ntumi monechem so but say ya na yetu omofo na omofa enchenye omunim guase se na eko se emra e protect ye na emra so ema ye kwan se ubetumi ayese na so nyeni na wo ho kwan manhuno ene sentence ye de ma na ye sen 15 solid years. Now the worst part here. Now, the man who stood with her in the early days when the situation was unfolding in such a troubling and negative manner is today left perplexed, confused, and unsure of what can be done to undo the damage. But Bruni Becker said what? At this point, it is too what? Too little, too late. A brand would disang kwasiasam no. Na branti bi so ejina ne nchen satam ne yesogu nenum no you okay enti maame ne di nkwasiasem ya na nani tua o but anya na adwen so no maame either say me be twe me ho ne megya no na waye na ade or I will together sing with her and na waye confused onya na the tables na sesa but too little too late oya hwan. Take a listen to him.
So there be an amisu. So there be an amidiaro. I mean, me was my. So there be an amisu. So there be an amidiaro. I mean, me was my.
So I've had so many calls. So na more friend no. Besro bibie no ametimi aye wo ho. Debi, it is in the hands of government. Eyo no versus mine. Now, tonight on the front line, as we continue to do the build-up, we are about to take an approach that is highly unusual of me, but circumstances leave me with no choice than to proceed this way to bring much needed clarity to matters before me. And what? Secondly, let me again issue disclaimer tonight and apologize to anyone who may be offended by this information I'm about to put tonight. Please pardon me or pardon the platform today. Yeah, Baba Yadibi. Anything may issue disclaimer. 1, 2. And you may be PPO, a biomana and yode. Anything may issue, sir, apologies, me patrol, fatcha me name, why? Fatcha me, said ya beko biano, bibre enyamode. But then, kweku, mini option be also say, we have to do it this way. Na yemfa enkoyenim. Crane. Now, as of last week, Wednesday, ubi a show no. What he said? Ya best state wa ha say. Nipa boniphobia ono ye na dwen say oba be threaten. Why? Because the front line be expose say next year, not even now. Because they say year we aso. Enti why? Sa threat no ho nsem e na me ba be bie so akiro. But tonight, the self-styled so-called man of God, Isaac Owusu Bempa, I know you are watching. Watch me very well. To get together with your Alsatian dogs, your animal dogs, tell them to watch me and listen carefully. Because, trust me, area where me blasting me fly now, the number of course, I'm tired. Impedifobia na deal manye. So munya pa, which of course they are also watching. Munya kweku jai. But I told them, said no. Events and montage, no, that. So there's nothing I can do, and I have to do it and wash my hands. Nemiriana do ya. Reverend, the self-styled fake Isaac Owusu Bempa, I dare you, let your Alsatian dogs come back. Woman made the day. My employee woman. Dear, Semiria Anadria. Reverend fake Isaac Owusu Bempa. Bra Maumrantiano, on that screen is on Maumrantiano Mrabontain and some made the day. I'm telling you, I give my mom the events and the passage. Hey, who went to me after one more London, one more Germany, one more Hifa, all of them, let them come. Obia made it. Mume did equal because when him, my culture may attend the day, may I must and take you one thing off my skin. But Momume ye Jumano, no montra mishiemu, take Casana make a tree casano. Momuntra mishiemu, no mammy din soon quetry, even though moody matem, but and also boama media quetry. And if you or Chineko, Kosi wiki, I dare you, let your Alsatian dogs come. Open your software or Ghana. Say, when you be near someone, instant say, who be baby dressing pieso. Now what tell me, my dear, no? A man who claims that we nyanku ponipa, rather, will prefer say, Obama, not sorry ma, in the name of the God he worship, to come and rant and insult nipa anyhow we omope no mu ya no mo dwane akotenechi na kwesiada na sa fake man of God we na wa fa bible ekura na we ko gina aso dan enim na we preach amadom ni na sa na we ya woni awa sa na onyankopon ka chewo why you hu se we ogwama but we dark we in so called what on your friend events and nations prophets na no we pateku. Folks, many time, listeners and viewers will recall that last week we released information about a man who identified himself as Foster. He threatened the front line, accusing us of speaking ill about his so-called man of God, and warned that if we ever did so again, we would be what? Dealt with, even threatened the very night of our broadcast. Samoba Kaya. Tuesday na assembly see Wednesday na bebe be assembly so na ore ni e ka say okay kan ni seminar enti me ba Wednesday enemy state say abrante na bonipa miensa din mienu ya asofo ba ko a politician and of course I know say these are the people. Then I stated many times and remember parts of what program I made last week remember part, but everybody know that we stated said Sani pay me and saying, ye nim why and or share sadi beside we move be some frame and I miss me nya in so be says so I use the word say we are being cautioned not to blame any of them. However, na me to aso say ade we be sipen kwaku me hu bi pen me hu ye kra no me hu mienu Me know that a man of God be one to share me so during the time and me radio so me who be paying. The second time, the same man of God as I be to share me so and also name with television station be. And tonight we be winning now. So I'm being careful this time. But folks, guess what happened? Any other Wednesday show you did see her any a call baby. Indeed. Everything is now much clearer to me, and also everything makes sense to me now. Folks, I recall stating categorically on Wednesday that I know 3 individuals by name Bempa. However, I could not assign blame to any of them because none had contacted me on this matter. Nor could I confirm that any of them were behind the moves. But guess what happened? To make I say, minimum bia say we initiate and we initiate. So folks, then I'm here. Na me come and to na me state na me call. But shadi see. After my show, the next Thursday, I received a call from a brother who is also a radio presenter, and I want to keep his name for now. This gentleman called me and delivered a message from the South Star Reverend Isaac Owusu Bempa, the General Overseer of Glorious Power Ministry International, stating that he knew nothing whatsoever about the attacks. Hey, how? Yawada, eneminya meteho, and a call by Ore your frame a radio presenter or frames the Kweku. On Krebe Dimo, and I'm saying, Nkraben or so. Reverend Isaac Owusu Bempa, who is a fake until today, until Thursday, Friday, busy weekend. But you know what? They be asking me to be in Thomas. Say me own. Some men of God, say me the master about so. There are 2 things here. Any baby can want some answer we fake with me. There are 2 things I have to do. 1, I need to experience you, or I have to investigate you. And send a magia to say any pay free nyame. Any papa can want some saying me no any problem. No, me ni pass some into Musa and say me experience so. Eranum. And to me yeah show no Wednesday we yawada and a brandy friend say Isaac Owusu Bempa friend catch and say on can tell me say say ni panwa or better team no ono onim ni pebiasa na say how by the way ya catch and so no and o show be etiana 2 Aden no woman number. No one can send to me from me. And cast us some nature. No, this as some way be manual. Or say any minim. Folks, need just see her. Folks, having listened to the message and believing it to be true, what happened next would shock you. Hey, a bro can't ask me chair me G2 me say okay. And the crack, you be fun as the work be an yate. Folks, some Jatum said the all canon and the cre enya the creno. On Saturday, December 6th evening, then a friend sent me a link and said, Kweku, watch this. Only for me to open it and find a group of rented dogs behaving indeed like truly animals, purely like goats, sheep, cows, all manner of creatures hurling insults at me for reasons I know nothing about. How? Saturday, me wa na say, me nwe bi so send me link say Kweku jenahwe. Na hwe wi a frame. Me share link no be a link no say me hwe. Ghanaians, guess what I saw? I saw a brand here no wo OK FM. I see a friend Kwame Amo, another lunatic. A destitute rascal fool. One on any man to be guwa. 1 minute, wait, Shebemba fool anymore, Osio, so wadaw. Oko, despite OKFM, I deal tell her what ya and say, oh, news, news. When this self-style rogue, a crook, useless it. One on the domo at na kwaku omu di matem menya omo hwe omu di matem just like that na me say na say mo every himfa me na ya be threaten me na me yam investigation no ena na chese mo na mo hye tire na sa threat ne ba ya na asesen wo mo nko community a me ma be ka say friend say Reverend Owusu Bempa Abba radio station be threaten you say whatever it is intino na chese media no remind no say jama me pene boni bi edi. By the way, Bob Marley cannot sembe otone nyumi sao or say who the cap fits, let him wear it. Hibo wudin se wumpo na wo ba Hot FM bedi some fun years ago me mo wudin but me the some no e ka some for a purpose of what? Emphasis, and emphasis is mine. What the hell? What the heck? Obama, this your Alsatian dogs, Alsatian animals. Owusu Bempa say, woman telling me generation piece who made the make one another for want of what? Folks, in the link, I identify one good for nothing rogue, a scavenger, and a despicable lunatic who calls himself Kwame Amo, a disgraceful character sitting on a reputable broadcasting platform, spewing nothing but garbage, senseless content, and consistently displaying village and cottage manners, as though he was never properly cultured from his hometown. Now we shall branti we kasa. The shading na mesi no. Enya ne faulta. E kurasi no free buy no. Kurasi ni mutu. Wabetna kurukesem. But on here na adwen so obepo no ho kakra. Let me jaw masem to ho. Folks, as if that was not enough, I later sent a message directly in the afternoon, me general clinic. So guess what I did? I sent a direct message to the self-styled Owusu Bempa himself, warning him to call his rented dogs and unruly animals to order and keep them from attacking me. And folks, guess what happened next? And I'm sending a link, na me ye message de kan ho say Owusu Bempa je na se wo wasmo obi say obi meka nkire me say ade na me be kan ho asem ewo Wednesday no unim ho hwe a ena na die nti ena wo mrante no ekokotena wo mo social media so mu didi matem how emu nyansa be na wo sa ade ne mu wo na wo ye peni wo na wo mo kwan so mo nkotena ho endidi matem. By the way, any partner who friend is on my car, some crying chairman says any person who you free who access to me number. Why didn't you call me direct? Reason bang, but I even a woman went to your friend direct. Now there are some that come and you before from. But any point you're harding, where then comes from this Omranti or my better social media so we did matter. And I'm this when you're saying, me de message no command, and I'm de link no one Mrantiano. And more no me did link no command say Jenashwe. And folks, guess what happened next? The self-styled Owusu Bempa now plays a call through same brother saying he want to speak with me. And folks, your guess is as good as mine. Me de command no me fan say bad 10 minutes if not more. And our brand tianwa this self fake Owusu Bempa. Every message command so on family a brand any frame will phone so. Say Owusu Bempa or line so. No person on make us and I say how. My message amano. And I'm the link amano. And I wona wa frame so me the link ni bi amaze. Monhwe meet me baby o. Hwade wo mrante ne ye. Enti onye den onfa no ne mrante ne nkokasa. Because kwasiasem no mbeki kan no none of them represent me kweku ametia. I'm a decent person But waba line so like seriously okay omrani and kasa guys he only came on the line and folks he came and lied, blatantly lying, denying knowing anything about what is going on. But trust me folks, I expose Owusu Bempa so much to the bed to say I expose his deceptions, his crooked schemes, and his what usual tricks, lies of what fishing for information so he can what later package it as a what a prophecy. And the moment I started revealing those truths the self-styled Owusu Bempah, the so-called man of God, folks, resorted as usual, hurling insult at me. Folks, utterly disgraceful, and there can never be anything more than this. Ebra, afi, abrante be a line, yemi and say a line, so. Afi, Owusu Bempah si somewhere. All be shane kasa na se na, twi kasa okan ni say me a badum mania, me mintie your worker. Now, by the way, me no want to talk. Nature say one when me need the other say into kwebi na one me ba, and na one me be. By the way, I didn't know frame me direct. For the second time, what ko fro bia ba case ni mo. Why? What's your motive? Say me a badum ba mintie. Now, folks, what share ne kasa na se no, ono na sem ne say me mintie na ma me nkasa. Na me tie no ma ni di na he me do nyame obo so ne asase say yesi asofo bi o mem ha. Honhom boni ye entro honhom akohwisam ene nabrabasam ese omumu a. I now can attest based on my experience say the self-styled Owusu Bempah we a crook and we a fake. Me na make a try. I know you are watching. We a fake. We nye pasa. Why is so ogwan events a high buffo and I do ogwan woman either hat also but we a pateku. Would the me say would the atronoma Miami who say yes atrono na Bempah odie no. Now folks, I'll tell you what, tonight I was so shocked to say odi atrono to a point home. Now feed your bayan say so eden or de kasa ni si ho. Na meba nsem we see no so. But tonight the front line finally ready to release the audio of the rogue who called the platform last week Tuesday and launched an attack on the host for you to listen. Meba nkomo no esi no so, but for the purpose of something ono ne animal na te fence okay FM no esi FM Kwame Amono Ombeka word bia obeka tabloid mpontimi more tabloid no this fool this lunatic tabloid word mpo wuntimi more. So I started interrogating myself. School ben abranti wo koye so munsua de o munya obi reputable media house monko educate Ghana for you prefer rather some obeko na makoye den mako say mama niama tantanta nti Ghana na obi ensua hwe enye meme ha you destitute folks. On Tuesday nipa ye obetretin yen me yesa sa audio na ncheye mo for now but ono sa Alsatian dog Kwame Amobetra ne links no or say ye kwa ye ni audio bia and that what ye na jam ye pesi e cookie bibi folks enye omo no be push here but you will know ye nim say e dey tape no say be release e dey amagana for momenti. However say we are doing some investigation here ye drum pempen so folks. For the purpose of clarity, ti audio no. Ora no frame ya. Wono beka say ya boni nyankopon nipa o say ne nyame ne God whatever. Ya boni din wa hanzi on ti ase ne yesa bobioma won ba be shi station o so ba be de no. Ti san komo na course between me and me. When he plays a call to me. Take a listen.
Hello.
Good evening.
Good evening. Who is this? Who is this? I ask a question. Who are you?
We did the Foster.
We did the name?
Foster.
Foster. What can I do for you?
Now, what do you know?
What am I?
Well, also, na me ta from WhatsApp, so na ni binya no WhatsApp. Sound kwasa so na wu di na. I just the part one of kind of WhatsApp. Well, we are matter of beatings. Condemn here or D beatings. Who say Onampo? Also, we kill Quater Sakola. Would there go beatings our pet? I don't say, as we beatings never, who is reading more, several better than you see.
Casamity you.
So, what's the name? Would you? We have Bema Pa, would you turn at cocaine?
Meko come my Bema. What's on my
so, what will you Bema? And any time, yeah, online, now again.
Na Foster. Foster. Mama no ngadi to what? Once my idea it you relax it. You didn't in it you. So ban to kwa me man fan to queen out. Who's me? Foster. Hello, Foster. I saw so big line.
Jimmy Papa.
Baby, who's me? The overcame may be anywhere. Make it be to me, but me fit you. Sami Kumenya would raise you are. Wow, friend, I feel so team. By the way,
if it will make nothing to you or not.
No, maybe so.
You're joking.
Maybe. Now one can say Nipana Ubuni. Don't be stupid and don't be animal. We are quite sleepy. I feel my memory also. What would or tell them to your house? Was here Jimmy for fool animal. Young baby or tell them to your house.
Afi, that lunatic, Kwame Amo, one self-style, and more for a nine. You wash your face upwards. Now you've heard audio, maybe animal. You were sitting on that lane, and you guys were displaying stupid animalistic tendencies. And more for unim yansa. What style of journalism? Enemy, what bodam? I can say to Usivi, Kofa Usivi, bra. Me book within crown and my bono crown and my enrich Usivi. After some ranting on Mokana, we show minima when look at their faces as dark as coming from the cemetery, trying to visit humanity on the planet Earth. Animals. Some ranting me and the minimum to Mokado hear me. I need them to come every day. Namume. Finally, this platform wants the rented dogs of the self-styled Owusu Bempah to get their facts right. But before that, folks, it really beats my conscience to come to terms with this situation that a whole man of God could stand in the church, could stand before men of honor, and yet could be bold enough to raise human animals to go out there and attack people, insult them on his behalf, and still could what? Prophesy to Ghanaians that God has what? Spoken to him. Medrin Hamentiasia. When Yanko nipa or Bible na catch or say, seek peace among all. Or see any hunya den and snasum grimo yentineni game. And on Isaac Owusu Bempah wuye. Say wo obi when you be nya sama. Wo dia wuni man so for penia. We gaining notoriety. Our many what team in politicians in penny for the Uber Timia ebe show nyam any what sorry said. Wo fre a dombi se munko didi se nipa natem in your name. Sa nipa no mudi atem no obi amfo mo nya hwe. But the point is yembisa say what credibility ben na war building. Tonight I want to lay down 6 fundamental questions. Now and a Kwame Amo animal, me pesa ono don mutie, including on Bempah himself, because Mubeki can kwasiasemi wa none of them could make sense to anybody. Tia, me mama 6 questions. Now, Owusu Bempah, mama answer. 6 fundamental questions for the dogs of this self-styled fake man of God, Isaac Owusu Bempah, to go and ask their own boss and bring the answers before I descend heavily on them another time. Wait them they proper claim. Number 1, I want these attacking dogs to find out from their self-styled man of God, Owusu Bempah, how many times he invited me to his house and for what purpose? Boss. Sir, how many times and what fat telephone from the Kwaku Brefie may ninkomo. Na dodo saying, na dodo saying, I feel na botaye woman day. Muntie question me, me kind of broth na my catch because my bone, you destitute animals. On take us. Training for more kana more dan. Komisano, how many times I dare him? How I have my information, everything. Bempah, I have everything. Me say, catch you. How many times now we friend me ba with you? Nearby me buy answer me be day. Obuni ni die nam de ma. Number 2, can I wake up and embark on a trip or a journey to a man of God like Owusu Bempah's house? Because my sorry me timi fie me ni hweye ne me tuka Say me ko Isaac Owusu Bempa fie. Say me ko akotran keke just like that. I mean, eno ni nyansa no ewom ne de hene. I'm a host of this show. I'm a CEO of a reputable company, a private investigative firm. Mini adadio. Ne me tuka. Say me ko jina Owusu Bempa fie from wherever that I live all the way to Ajengano. Mini dwuma bi die. Kwame amo dwentini Jimmy. What didn't ya dwuma kwana ko bi sa wo boss no. Me one posa wo boss yes say asofidie dia obi atumi twa kala bo ne kon mu. Mwasefo. Munko bi sa no. Me sorry ani me tuka na ma ba ne fie because me need dwuma bi di. Number 3. Has the self-styled Isaac Owusu Bempa given me money to buy what? Fuel. Each period I visited his home. Mumisano. Say, wa mami sikada. Kweku je fire fuel nako. Mumisano. And for this one, I'll give you the answer. More than enough. Na mibisamo. Enti, me timi baby, what friend say me mra ofie. Me bu fuel egu mi ka mo anante all the way to Ajengano beyond East Legon maba me ko kwekuje na fato fiwa gu ka mko we kwa no me ewiase hu se mo boss waye bone but me nka se waye bone because me hu nyansa ewo mu mpo se emu ase 40 se mo we mpo betimi ay kasa abamonum enu free hin and then they are told me mo say then I have ever dined and wine in the residence of the self-styled Isaac Owusu Bempa. Like seriously, me. Anybody who knows you will tell me, me need abonte. Na me need you that. Someone amu debi amoso mo cameras more. I dare you. Mo for one picture mra kwekwana no ne Isaac Owusu Bempa ADD. Didn't see that. It didn't see that. Number 5. How many crucial no? How many reports from Global Info Analytics on the 2024 elections are in his possession? Munkobisan. And what exactly did he use that report for? Munkobisan boss said Global Info Analytics for opinion polls for 2024 elections. Munkobisa is a Owusu Bempa report no do what saying a ban ho. Na odi eden Yankopon hu mobo Isaac Owusu Bempa me say we are fake. You are a crook and a fake man of God. Hey, now this is not about betimi didi atem na makoi. We are fake. We nye Yankopon nipa Ghana for no ever thought, including the government of NDC President John Dramani. We are fake. Now win him. Hey. And many time man in there, but when me the proper come na me ya DB. Show. At the time of election 2024, we switched to the high gear. Why? Reverend Bempa, why not him say me no et say nua? Enti sadi we ya wa be ye na anu krai. Enipa entia say kweku woni Bempa want to kwade da me say how? Na me bow. At the time the former IGP what the Bempa ko shemu e ministries police station ono pe no nima ade okoye monko bisa no wono pe ne yede ni ko shemu a nyame pe ne di na fofie ente se panie ben yo seden ono nim sa asem no yede wo ne kunu nyame adom hweo yede ne koto police hospital mpono ne nsuo esini so no na handcuff eguninsa. This is what Ghana police yede ye Bempa ebra Bempa pie ebae. Some of us, we were so candid enough to receive him like a brother. Said, no, some of us would have to tell the story right from its perspective. Who said, we did it wholeheartedly, and many other things, including say, Mamia Grada, at one point, Bempa SSR, ne Alsatian dogs, the same dogs, no, or don't go to Mamifia or Ditio. Deo, no so who asem buy no. Later, one no Bempa be frame me say, Kweku, one no sister and Casana me pese me man olive branch near giant tokwa. Folks, I did all that I have to do, and so later, some are me and they didn't questions a woman. When who said ye BB say, Nina and Yamidumani bia. No. So, guess what? Election time, then Bempa would call. Kwaku, then I so. Now, journalists do what Ghana be anim. Bempa language. Me say, journalists be bring more language. Oh, want to say another then I so. And of course, many of these our men of God would always, some of the culture, they seek information from journalists, from politicians, from doctors, from security top officials, or no they share come. And the meaning you didn't come and say, oh, BBA Kokamo, global info analytic for the opinion polls, say bars, our opinion polls, a shapey baby elections in the and not getting interest. No, start is a no, or per report ni be share. Folks, now maybe the report ni blow we are. Say Jenna Shomuno, what Owusu Bempa on the flip side would do, he said, no package report. No. In his own style, in his own way, no, they are better now saw them with being conscious. Hey, sir, like seriously. And in all of this, all of us were busy monitoring elections. And we didn't know what was going on. Now, the Ayana Hamilton said, report now, me my senior man said, there is a summary in the report. So summary, no. Because report na it would be summary na summary ho say because global info analytics aya Musa Dankwan womu the figures na ba summary ho it is so easy for you to see and do your analysis Bempa minim say na sabi am so ni marking kan obegina wo konsu to the extent say just a way to car akonifie asien na akotena se acheche ni says na o see bisa na wo ye sure na wo ye say sana ni na no who bisa no na who pick that information a package the akwakoshe nkom am NDC for you were despicably shameful. Now I have seen say no, you were not the man I thought of. Bempa, you are not the man of God I thought of. And come shall be saying na atro na brebeni. God has exposed you. Onyami hu mobo no ma wonka kaye. What? Ozu Bempa. When you expose in the air, but I dare you say you will not force us to start the expose. No. Now when you makan the next thing I say they come home Ghana for is for Ghanaians to listen to your own voice. When you bria global info analytic for report, which is hey, and who baby did matem and who boys. The next question may be so: who is the the God who prophesied? Who is the God who is prophesying to him earlier that candidate? Question number the man: who is the God prophesying to him earlier that candidate John Dramani Mahama was carrying what coffin that God has projected John Dramani Mahama, and later the same self-styled man of God was out there campaigning for candidate Mahama. Miami program so no better with the 2 TV. Or say then candidate John Dramani Mahama or Sufundaka. Na emoja aye ninsa hu na urefi so urefi me ba be tape natural magana fu how crook you are, how what fake you are. Or say moja wo ninsa hu na fundaka so na mti asem we mpani nsem da bani na no a matter of time me pentam emu atan sa no broni wakase be say the vindication of crime is in the womb of time ebre na aso no yeah. The same also Bempa, ye nim de ko ba ye bam Bempa say hey John Mahama na eden LED. Na Ghana for nim say no. Mo monitor na call of guys no mu nim say no. Behind all the scenes he was speaking certain what informations behind the scenes no dey in commission. I dare you come and tell me donyame yankopon ko o hye o sankom em 2024 would or mouse prophecy ma the ban. I dare you come and prove that God near there. I dare you come and prove you are fake. Me na make a show we fake information in no how the we dwuma ni na ye dwuma hyehyɛ e na we ye. I thought say me no di nkomo we fake. Mumisano edebenti and an ibufu MPP for at the latter part of it. And yet only see a chini tumo munkobisano. One of Owusu Bempe's anger was because the NPP for promising said one may construct asphalt road from the junction to the doorstep, and NPP for and he's angry. One of the things he got angry, and there are many more. We need time tonight. Hey, folks. Would he confirm this or deny that he did this out of what? Disgraceful acts bestowed on him by what? The NPP? Now maybe it's another last question. Who is behind the arrangement for Owusu Bempah to place his hands on candidate John Dramani Mahama? Some here at the very latter part of elections, the South Star Isaac Owusu Bempah Edinensa Ekoto John Mahama so Mokai sa video no. Before Sadini see no, another South Star man of God, Nigeria, had prophesied on Owusu Bempah. Mokai sa prophecy no. Try to put the pieces together, but I'm not going to do that. I'll do that later. A man of God be on Nigeria, ever shen kombi, ever Bempah and sana candidate Mahama. Yadine omuko jina himfa eno all among men of God near ono any a man of Quine Somfan and Santo. Why so? John Mahama so. Ghanaians, gauge the space and also Namkwemoba. Now show Ebra Efi Bempah Eba Menino Enesa Madame Fi Yedin Common Wieno. And Commoni Babe Wieno, and I may catch and say, just as I'm saying, say, we are true for a dada for. I think the man who said, some formation now, me no do come and no the Global Info Analytics report, and now the Bay and Commission. Because our pet, then Bempah started insulting. We are Jimmy for, I'm quoting him, we are Jimmy for what? And a line a cut here. Now, on my country, Ghana for her, men small umano, and Kalankula cheap women so. I don't have time for them. Who we are the man of God? Ne se upiabonte. Me tell you, when we say me the nkofo egu me ho, and ever since I'm ranting be this answer phone. When we say matu and you may be a good social media man for you today, I will never do that. But I have hundreds of bloggers who are ready to take your lunatic animals on. But me, yes, Ada, I will battle you alone. Come forward, Bempah, a fake man of God. Also, Bempah, come forward as a man. Display away a Bema. What's it? But when you're Bema, when you know langa say yare for when you're Bema, and then me who say when you're Bema, who the any say, Obekako teni pechi. Now, ma in the name of Onyankopon mo somno, mudo nyame din ayo triase. Show yakasa wi na ye na yakọ no eyimre anso ho. Later in the evening, the South Star man of God sent me 2 audio recordings asking me to halt my move to what? To halt my move, so his live dogs, live dogs, rats, rocks, ragamuffins, destitute, despicable beings could also stand down for peace to prevail. Folks, what more disgraceful situation can be described than this? Ebra meni ono any abranten ye kasa wie na me fisi ye wie o. Eimre Bob 6-7 and the same Owusu Bempah send me 2 fans audio recordings. E dey ba asem. I mimi ntwitwa nsem so. Ma me man be respond. Said ya me ye. Na me respond a ono ne mba no so be respond. Na e ma som dream ba. Na me so wo ye nim guase ni. Wo ye nim guase ni ankasa what? Bempah. In the same spirit, this so-called self-styled man of God previously, now I feel that me be expose you wahanso. Previously, stormed the studios of Hot FM and later the studios of where? Netu TV. Caused major disturbances. Nearly did what? Nearly destroyed studio equipment. Tonight, we are asking, who exactly is this self-styled man of God? The same Owusu Bempah in my days, I was radio, so Hot FM, was bar studio where? Obiabe kanasem wabo udin ya arrangement say nipa no somra waba enipa na ama enye your fault ya ma kwan kan wasem na call baby eno ano no this fake man of God bie na no a o say assembly wo metumi aka fa wo kwakun Ghana 40 om yembe shom afi wuti studio yi memo wetwa ahwe meeting am we try na me say ko yeah do it and one no or say me ba be so na hwe nti and one no me ba be so na hwe nti papa wey owusu bempai original studio ho no ne boys and any bodyguards ekuta pepper spray no mu spray studio ho ya to dan nim ne boys ni bi gina studio door na no matum no me spray pepper spray say e wo dem o na afi almost started so almost scatter studio equipment. I will bring the video out. He knows. Who saw the video na come obi absolutely rubbish. I have the video and once ho the same also bempa at the time I me on net 2 TV one time yeah program me name how then it happened. Before my eyes, then a group of people bombed into the studio, and my technicians were fast enough. Say, "Womudum cameras what them wina. Yen kwasha ousu bempane ne dom and abahwe." Edi aba asemo me guest na one of my guests or tewa or ye program ousu bempane ne wa asemunti eno ano no or ba studio ho na me ba o se nipa se nyanyame na di afofie ena mo ye bibi na nipa ne nkwa free ni mu a enchekweku meka se osofo papa bi ti se owusu bempa ena nam so ena sa ature nchemi abeto netu TV management and I myself sanete ohun and you got the nerves, you this man of God, you got the nerves to sit there and speak rubbish. How dare you? Now who person will tell me a cover like seriously we are particu now we are fake. We now call on his so-called dogs who could be what rented to go and stand in front of somebody's gate and back to come back and what pronounce and make things clearer and position themselves. We will not be intimidated and you can't force us to bring our exposés out. Me say the be here say and say you better o voice we the global info analysis or analytic for report na we busy na ye nim se sana ni na na de be chema de akwhye nkom waso dem you fake man of God. Let me or let's of course me momati asese on if you ha ye nsuro hwe emrante ne ka se mi se adan na me mfamasem enko muslimi for se muasefo ye nuane muslimi for me sorry me tromo so me sorry. Why? Now, Monsieur, Ekroma, what is a malam be shankom? Na malam be shankom saying, me, I stayed all my life in the north. May who be that and not here? Malam ni be no be shankom. Na didn't na malam be shankom. And more for mo papa ousu bempa or trofo that de me and na brebeni eko jina na sorofie. Eshe wine kom or share Muslimi for na titneni a Sheikh Sarabutu. Ko share nkom. Or Chan come here then a few Muslims in yes or mobile show us on Pabam or Janet or William or Tokwayim and more for what Janet or William Yanko Ben or Mouse our professor in Beckham Minty. You lunatic, a lunatic scavengers. More jarry schizophrenic. All right, Oko share Sarabutu and come here. I feel you are retreating. Yami Ben or Frey or say, Coches are uncommon. Down for tonight. I end here when me the proper cream, but I'm only with him. President Mahama, Mamenka say minjo. Sani power ni munye nyanku poni power, and I have stated categorically, Mr. President Mahama, NBC for stay away from some of these self-styled crooks. And Numa wamu yen wong. Okay, over a lot of NDC CEO for Bibria. Wako mo offices are wako eden wako ye eyi or the anointing oil akwa anointing was say I womunya problems. I have the list of them and enche I'm going to release those people. I'll bring their names and tell President Mahama to warn them or no mu didie or no mo survive you on bibia yakopon hu mobo no ma won kakaye but expose no unchire me dia menye Ghanaians, there are men of God who have when we are before who fit ni mu etumu. One of them eyo no bempano si hon. Okay? Eyo no sa bempano. The spirit of marine are attacking it to the extent say awari ontimi wari bisuda. And the spirit of entro and ada akohwisem ne nabraba and the chest abapadem me who be that intimi kan nokre. Folks, my man for baller for now 72 baby. Make a short break me back. My guests join me and then we take a very good look into the MPPs. What? Upcoming delegates conference. I'm going to be elected on flag bearer. This is the frontline show, of course, Kwekwanan, Ghana Speaks. I'll be right back. We are back and it's just about 21 minutes gone past the hour 9. This is the front line, of course. We are gauging the space of how the elections of NPP is going to go. My guest, Alex Kwekutete, he's the CEO of Cytex Security, has joined me. And of course, we'll be joining another guest, London. Of course, in Nipa and you're happy with what is going on. Say, and there, as somewhere to say, Abba also for Bemba. Abrante the message be a brem say Kweku and when are you going to expose your brother? Obema Kweku maka samfo achiro. Meaning is that we are belated. Okay? Me odi mechi mienu. Unim say me na court. You think I grew up in here and ye do on. Unim go and check your fact. Me kasa me bumfu. Kwa siasem we bi na me mpe no. People nipa ye ya ma mi nua. Moja o. Me yewi anu nipa bi se Kweku adentin na betima expose unia. Yes, we are all under the law. My own kid brother, he's a businessman or say osan or software. And wo boom crofo. Me better had the 3 weeks expose my own brother. And you think we are joking? You think we are joking? So when you go and check the records, also bemba. What? And obviously jama eya na ye no obi beboy e panza. Obi amome pa. Me me de ye no. Because mu asofo mu gu Ghana maka 99 plus 99. Mu ye bunch of thieves, crooks, self-style ewudifo. Na me mamu kwan from now see the be run next year. Me say we dem dey be proper kwan mu. Until they ochina let your association dogs now. Me here I need them seriously. Let them come and promote me. Momra me promote me. Na me nya na nche wan kasa na wo ba. But wo mada obedwane akoshe baby. Folks, yeah, Baba share MPP matters, but of course my guest is in the studio. Who are joining me, my man Manakwaba Kweku, and of course coincidentally he's also Kweku. Kweku now what's saying? Hey, now Kasa bro said that we need Papa Pebiam.
Hey, we need Baba. Kweku, we need Baba.
Big Baba called here.
And you crowd with him, Mwami.
Radio Ghana from Otihama main Kasem. A real way maybe ba a Jumain. Na Reverend Owusu, me friend Reverend Isaac Owusu been passing out sending me 2 audios. Audios not sending me. Now what Bob Papa we didn't say. Papa we me the name Baha Emma na ba be den obeka nsemitia. Na wonim sentia obo Papa we didn't. Kweku, me pesa wo kire sa asem no mu kakra bi. Ade bi si won na 2 TV. So that's the second time Owusu been pa Bami Studios trying to attack the studio. Na Papa we ntina Owusu been pa ba, and that is net 2 TV. Sa video no zo na me ba be kire mo. Ni na wo ho me be ba no one by one. Na me hu. Kweku.
Yeah.
Or say bempa say unia no. And say we see mama. Or say and they do better say bra na be kan asem. Can you imagine? Na 2 days. Dey na si ho. Eyimre say ya o. Ebra ye free. Studio ho na yakono na about 3 a.m. Owusu bempa ne dom attack the studios of Net 2 TV. Papa nie. Nti minim na na so nya no nsimpo na wode nam.
Oh, David. Ne dey say political show ya ne nam na. So no say achigire pedi moja dodo a e di nsufe.
Efrem. Abofran so pe adekoko ehu a e de damra ma kire na wo. Ah, Kweku. Na sa self style asofo e bebre na me sure say mo campaigns wo ma start hihihire nkom ne ade. Bempa start bi ana mu nya hu.
Asofo na e wotumi ni jawo mo no o mo nkasa wo. Hu mo da. Na Owusu bempa de nkofo egu ne na ase na ya na misumon. Because you can't suffer pala akura woni bi. Pala ija bakukura ni mu. Ija bakukura ni je nyine dum da. Owusu bempa.
Simple.
Media me wo mba bi na police officer bi, chief inspector bi. Mama was SWAT, e friend ni. No friend me. Say ya na wonim say police for dey no. Unless Rosu Casben or more Languza. I'm sure he will be with this year. Fresh one, 12. Oh, was this year? I didn't crazy year, baby. 20
As a 2016, oh baby, something like that. Me check out me who date no.
I think 17
yeah.
18 more back. And Krachi can say, oh, Eastleigh going to mean to Canimra Sia. And I'm with answer now, call Gamota. No more Lankusa brand new and rubber one. Which me I can almost 2 no more their bro. No shoe they be penny more. But they are not much who's been padding Benami home. Oh, sir, any share that. Madame Fukwesi, Mon and any daily Kwesiadoff. No, Kingsby guys, no, they Kingsby boys. You know, Oman and any daily. See, Okaya and any. Was you, Alex? So is me penny no. See, Chuka and Ebra. Na papa me 2K. No, you could do so for uzi ben pa na me say eh so papa dey me Martin nka you say wa ben na me dey me say the first time who says I was so for yentro oye chese wo yentro e kroma me ni po yentro che uzi ben
and I me experiences over the weekend
and yet we nye here say you ya me nim ni si no no nim say me nye chen no me chese me ye futu kwagu me na e de kan ko ye no and o see ope jinwago black bush no na me di ebiama mama won't me back nice one 2017 no so open no and I'm Range Rover and so Vogue I'm say bi o timitini fie ho a de lankusa na mfre no di Vogue no
seriously
Vogue new one ye de no so buy na se cars na ko YouTube range back lankusa back na wo sa pa gin one
said your money so
woni ka prensu
wo fum ewiase ni o ma mi hu bi da ewiase afefe de
o mo hihye adwuma ba enti wonim ne
oh de
na o se yenya car ni mi nko na obema deposit the deposit no I think $5,000 as a $10,000 and no cross friend ko fo bi o ko say dem anu afrefre we create to be sa so for you sprinters even say beduko bi o frefre no this can it me tell more than 3 hours na me bo ye fu 10,000 ne buy
because the sasa na membi sa we mu ye o
maybe
de be si won na 2
10,000 ne buy beye ni o se adechia okwa na oka oko 3 days no amount 5,000 okwa into $25,000 na otua it take more than beye into na minipa ni ebufu ye hu ya ne say lankusa brand new no omo de sare an bom no odinam ahontu aka no
ozu bempai
ozureba when you hear say we me
ne asem we na kofa o de ba na tu ho no ebe wura
na tu ni mpo de me ni jombodu issue me ko ka say jombodu ye galamsey so na jombodu boys ni ye galamsey
na wote on say
na da ye de ye kosie omukoye we 1 week ye fa say
one obisa
you know here for yes
Sir John
ampa na omo ye flyer ma me jombodu na me jombodu ba enti me jombodu ba no so ye so ya arrangement enti che say let's de ne ka enti o ba ho na onu that dey penny da ne nkwankura na abepem sa bi say ne ya se me zo ka sa me ba no vitamins be 40
asojafo pa
sojafo ni na che say me guys
na me penny di afofio
na so mama me fentokuam
I know na say me wo
na can friends because no omo fa me go say the in the office
Ghana for so me kan nya sam kito that day obi amapon be 10 me free na 2 now for 3 am
oh ya ka me ya na wuzi be pade me see ye call ewie ye me tie ne say akoye ntwa kaika ena me nkofo ni hunye no so matu car no de car ina obufu yi papa ni be sesa ni car se wo garage ho nyina ne ye ni abufo ni ban no ena madam fon ye friend Mohammed ono so ni Range Rover no o ma ye kofa na cha say ni sika na wo de be 2 weeks tua we no $25,000 no eno abekam eno ode ne cars mienu Benz baako ML baako ena Cherokee white one ode se ode ye swap car ni mienu nso a wontu aduty car na ode ye car na ye tu aduty no wontu aduty ye check documents ni na no wontu aduty nti yes anam sakoi so ama ye dwuma boye ena ono se wo gi ni sika ena o ma ye de ofre Jubilee House ena C2 na C2 nso edi se na do mo de saye no mo de Jubilee House ni di nkwasesem so mo MP before ye na ye trace kama party na me what checks every month every week na me ma to me 50,000 no and o mo be fa call Nima police station na ozu be pay an na hu cross anu no ba ho
and ye ntimi nkasa
me ni be se me
kweku
na Oshenika na ahomanso san bo ne nan se
ende mi me
wachichi se me de me na ene ye koye ene o mudi refer case ne ko ye friend say nima if nima no ye de ko East Legon police station hona mi hu se te ye ko East Legon no mo ma bail no ene osu bempa efreye eka champion for mpani for say police officer na owo crime officer no Oma kofa MPP fo akofa NDC fo no oma pronto no mo de police officer na ba beto nima ene wo ye adwumatia MPP fo na onim police officer na aye friend abna eye maami ti wa ni nua ketwa odi nachi the woman was pumping ho semu very calm good ube hu ni bia na osere no so be mpampo ye wo no onye oba ne ho officer da kama wo twentronto wo be mpa de ye nyine kosia wo sia de ekotes maami ti wa atia metia wo so be mpa na satana bright duro na ye da atasi ya ti maami ti wa ye ni tu IC na ntro wo so be mpa twa ye mi hu wi asi ni po onim to twa sada enti efi ho no na hu sakoi na maami ne kasanso ano ma sa ase commission police officers nkwanti omo ma ne nkasa na makoma bose na mi no say enti mo officers sana mo ye mo adwuma wa ha the conference hall kese
Look, you enter some so.
Those were bad here. And now I can pursue Giga say, oh, means me $25,000 while let's win to me package. Can that day, no? For the time, but Mamma told me not to work again. Nanyami, and say, NDC for. Mo your friends say papa ne friends say you also for no we on bedu kobi aye juma mama na jo mama e free atames ta bedu kobi aye juma
these are people
bedu kobi aye juma na wakofa ozubempa
ya metimi akase wo mo rice o mo
ozubempa
enye news because uncle for support
I am very disappointed with friends John Dramani Mahama because or catch rain say or ye John for me my this is been can this as and this is the only cry make say emon me me decide because I didn't be before you know e pain na pain is free ho so what I say enti no ye me ya say NDC munni momo de MB before na no mo yes ade no we ye omo de omo nim ye omo de
okay guys
ore ma me o so for now me a video no me picture no
where
na jagezi me ma me had
picture be call rounds but I don't know say no what exactly it is mama me say picture na me hwade na yen call London and then we speak to our guest yes
already this is here
please no akasa no
na say aja de onu wa de teche
who na me be campaign mes friends and train on one
nebu say afraje we aja we for you obedi this is here onu ade command na de
kasa
no okay nya aja samira ni
prophecy bre ana omo hye nkomo ye den you don't know
tell me kura kisi samira no
please okay guys when you hear moment mu yin free o mama quickly yam call London ne your guest edumate Japan enin komo na me be san 1 or 2 then Alex would also come in here and share what is going on in the campaign you know can I have my guest quickly now me no any komo bi mfa eni me bia akoso MPP and of course or no Kingsley Edumata Japan or NPP UK chairman and of course ni me bia akoso a MPP eluzi no omu na eni abre ankasa but then campaign na no we decided say on join this campaign okay mamene Kingsley Edumata Japan eni komo teuna yenhwe say how is he measuring the parties friends and groundworks are leading to this very conference where delegates ekwakoyi omo flag bearer Kingsley memo adwo what is saying
ogu nyamia da oroma na mo so metunka
good you be boni
to feedback
now before sanasa after party ni luzu you know when we UK chairman na say we dey say me be gugu wa fine up to say me na mu hold party impeding responsible for the loss every way party impeding for bebre have been hauled before the law court. Do you foresee say any maybe a more status and a more cancer party impeding for any bebre were ignored and following this and I bebre have been hauled before the law court. Sana muhuniama and now who say we there a purely political witch hunting coming from the NDC. What's your benchmark?
Yo kwaku anyumre mamenchia oni otiefo ni afyefo nyina na memo abaso eja adwuma ide esi mu ache from mene on my FM and Sana. Ankasa, I mean, I'm talking about Boiling Point.
Yeah.
Then, it's in 2 years. In a diagro, they have a peony.
Okay.
And now the copy I had him in Mahoda.
Okay, you
came from the first time when he but that's also one my Sakunya, our friend.
Yeah.
Now, yeah, a question will be say quite a bit deep. Now, I'm just over Kaya on the night of election 2020.
Yeah.
Declaration night of election 2020. Ofre my bus studio, my menu program. Dana na Junana, Yamame, Jimansa Boabano.
Exactly.
Ye winnie ya na margin akoye kitwa and then also hang parliament. And clearly we can be that time about, and not only that night but before that na ya kasa yesuni e banya na ye na die enomoni ade na utumi hu se enye sebe to me pa kwaku. I'm being honest. You see, I say Ghana for and Tuaba ma MPP. And Ghana for keke. Ye members and kasa MPP and kasa members. Do na me see me nipa binum kasa ya utum binum kra was prominent people. Or even a previous government in the crowd. They didn't even want to know. Say. Just because of how they've been treated and senia ubua inipa fama honi abima ya betiso no ne niama bebre nti na ye way before the results of say ye beba be dru ba bi ya dru ya hwiegu completely ye nyai kasada. That day when I was with you, we can send be you su and fatu bi say opening kojo chere ka sem bi say se nipa se wone oyerete na ofri na kuma mu na obom paye e ka kire nyankopon se ruade mami kunu yinyini nche obenyina che na so se oyere no se wo tete no e hye na ne yade e ma ne kra sugu ne yam na wo wantimi anko wa anu ankasa modua kra no a wo ye hu no keke na wuba. So okay, sa program we are yeah. And me be questions. Say my appointments and why no na yede ma wo. Say my contracts in kiti and why no and yede ma wo. Is it because of say, and I'm quoting myself, 2020 elections. Dana you declare na my second by time. Is it because of so being me godfather, godmother? And untiana all these played a serious role in this mess. Because Obi wanona se wo kan wasema. Omo yem pedifo na omo bi edu mu asebe yen mi bi na MPP UK chairman yi. The assembly so na yes you have a bomb penny for money because yes you on penny for you but kaya no madwin so de okra de MC we ase nyina woni yare for wom because wono wabodam wadwene nya aduma because ni awu hunu no anye ho ene omo no adwene wo. And personally, for us to be able to come back, we have a lot of hard work to do. The dinner go for yena. Ebinumu diatem. Neko kumino kasei. And some me kind biana me say kanini. Nipa binuma support to individuals at team didi pa womudi both sides. But bia almost, especially candidates miununa ready anymore.
Oh, monitor campaign trail na pa, correct?
I am following it 24/7, Koku. 24/7. Monitoring all of them. Platforms, radios, social media, TikTok, everywhere. I am monitoring it.
But which of the side and my backing? Can you disclose?
Mienu ni nyina nye kogu.
Hey.
Mienu ni nyina nye.
Mze dumata.
I'm being honest. And okay, I'm talking about supporters. The supporters.
Okay,
omu edi mienu na chi, especially mienu no.
Mienu no why?
Atemdidie, I'm talking about Yura Baumiani, Yura Kennedy, Japan. Me my kind of pains. I'm no cause opa check me. My you know, me what me deep yo. Nashe me phone never picture. And that phone so I would have for me. Me the Canada Japan ne Baumia and Ato. Me the two also me the prove KCB. Me kasaye I will looting meeting I say and the Canada Japan team in Jamie. Me opinion.
Me was the two candidates.
And I me kasa we pe. And I me this had the number two. I have been attacked. People have been calling me. I didn't any power 5 Ujina. Na Odimi you know abego. I have said it clear. Seka ye ni kwansen ke ye elections say ye won panimfo pampa e wo fie and necessary proactiveness e wo yemu and necessary timi tina se kase yi ampa e how to dialogue and sit the people down and put our foot down e sie dum ketia me se ke ento aba kwagu baby ye gina yi over 2.4 million deficit of votes. We have a lot of work to do. Feelings and emotions. Now, the reality is that we cannot tickle ourselves and laugh. We can't have our cake and eat it. What they call Ghana, wow, see, you can't eat your cake and have it. Okay?
Yeah.
Me no trasini edin komona sani me dinui sa na me dini babia e woni diemu ahobrasiemu ane obuomu nipa ni binom pese menkumi nyanti wo mo atoto wo mani ahwe edi nipa binom achi thinking say nia omo no benyanko anti party ni nwu enhye empro entity enye omosem ena dodo no so wo mu so omo ayeye omo nya baabi asi enti yebetena opposition for 300 years kura no a enka wo mu enti wo mu no wo mu de omo nti se odogo bi nuabe enti wo mu ni age omo abo mu tuhire sebe ena wo mu edi wo mu faces aba ena wo mu di nipa no mu a wo mu ehia sese o my Ghana sesampa no ho agro kokuna no ya muti ho ena yesi ye kwakofa sojafo o my ben ena betimi asesa over 60,000 people say wo se magi wo musika e the forms amom forms no meti ye kodwadu asare anum o say Bakubia was 360 Ghana cedis per form, I think. Now multiply 360, even if it's average 300, by 60,000. Forms omuton kwa abontino no kojo do asare boa na meboa. Na yetimi agi sankofo nyina sika. The question I will ask today and say Entina adwuma no nipa dodo sen na ne ye fa almost say etimi ton 60,000 forms. Sa de call report hiafo no off. You are talking about millions of Ghana cedis. Omaji. Hiafo na omumasa be wuo no. And we are talking about critical situation of our country where we have to be so desperate and united and rescue this country. But then I'm being honest, the honest truth.
Hold it there, mommy. Kinsey, my member, friend saying, only as well as friends Alex Kukute. Alex, only
Alex. Now what you saying?
Housing ade MPP for dia ye we attach yen sika waje akwa we $1 million o we ne dan nyina okoton yen bet onim se yenim mimi ni bibia o enso wo ka
Mr. Nyabuche ni misika bia Nyabuche
all the say attach him
me mpezi ebe ko Nyabuche
the here near campaign no
masajai
even though
me say papa we attach ande na faso no we anu wo ka mu for MPP no ya kan wo twa ho butu say nya nto for now no campaign no ono de on support obi but wo side no on support obi wonye normal person buza say oye MPP den
oye chairman
and I feel wo so on support obi
yeah but
on the electoral commission class o obi on support no wo just on support
no but on state is on support
omo nyina o kan diaspora na omo bo magiska san na omo to aba buza say UK ye to aba ya omo giska buza omo so omo ba omo ma magiska san na omo to aba UK ye to aba ya buza say omo giska
for now no we declare say on support any of the candidates
you on
one side how is the campaign going
how dey ekoye ekoye ba omi na opese o massage ni o mana
there's an allegation be say any people episode more
reggae na me send a signal warning to Befi me ne kwasore enu akwa me hia no asore na mbuza anse yiwe ochire hwani o ma bi yu na ase oni o ma bi amoye no na ni nyi hu o se oche Befi
okay
enu a omukoye meeting free 10 o'clock omupon anajo 1:30 na monkanche ma mije mensa na anya sanefe no electoral commission ma se ontu ni mrantie ne fo na ba ko di ba omi achi a wan hwe obeko bi momba saba we na ye kwoto na yedu wanda ayo enye na debi ye mfani sentena o because ye kwoto ba ko no Kennedy course ro no mo di akire no papa mi to ma wo entu ye kan wunya zero na risk ragin so aka kire me say ombe make sure so ombe wiaye eno meeting omkoye omo ya allegation me kama sama say allegation eno na jo omkoye meeting no Isligon ye Isligon po na krum aye ne omfro ho Isligon hills asenfa
Legon Hill
governor bi ayi Bank of Ghana pani bi fie no omkoye no no omo ye nyina so me so omo pick nipa no omo pick ne de nakono e was tetekwashi eno ani nyina na mehwe omo
because at a point na me see
me asset draw and you ma china nkofo we no me see me tete ba umi okruma fokin na ba umi ma meeting ba umi nkasa temu bio na ba umi appoint nipa me see on kan cheje your friend say electoral commission ma me no so wan kan che ne mrantie na brantie no obe pie bia na yire nsan hu ni biem na obi ba umi achi se ba umi apese o kire se so omu be kum nipa enda so omu di Labanese too nso ekofie ho na omu nya smart because mo nam na obi po money tell mo nim hwi na na jo 1 o'clock nti Befi mon kan che o kire Befi se ye to ababa ko no wi aye ye biti no owi aye Kennedy team but fi ni men film because me ne kwa sorry ba ko ti enu a me ne wa sorry na mse da ka chense onabu mo hwe ni o ma yu na mo ye no because me ma set me eyes edi o machi entinya dia me se enu a meet on kwa ye ba omi ankasa team bi ba omi say even though na kwa community ne ma obosisi a
this is an allegation
allegation now baby say baby o mo koye meeting fi ho me say o ye medi nka ho ansa no mo ye ho
ba ye nyam fe ma ye no ye nka na say allegation
me say anu asem na make
tape ne ye
o mo koye bi
do you agree say ye fa tape ne mra
me say me monitor tell you o mesan committee na me di o ma chichen o man kasa o mo ye meeting no o mo say o mo wo o mo ati camp bi e frɛ no say enkofo we ye na omu diagro because baumi entiase abana ye between 280 and MPP for wipe omni electoral commission oma wipe na ye 212,000
omu wipe
na baumi enya 70,000 ato ho dada 280 vote 2,000 enkofu ekoto aba no na oma cheso omu di enkofu bi ahihye mama sisi MPP no yeah no MPP
but candidate no be all right say so demand
we no massa what the politics na obi are register there wo massa to boase Ghana politics na wo can register once NTCC no omo hwe no we nim no masone register ne so e no ma benya 212 na nka ba na ye koto no unim ne o ma ye no 212 no omo di bia hyehye ma na koye 280,000 asema meka so no o man kasa sisi me kan we no mo bepo because information I me wono but we on Thursday last 27th last month 27th koye and so 9 o'clock koye meeting bi wo Eastern Region Eastern Premier and so no mo 4 nipa 4 enti ni nyina me ka che be fi say onye very careful na sakwa na America boaje onu de wo wukura nkeye onu fi so onu fi say onu number o me atrase no e na aduma ko be fi so dia na no jejejeje enra onu ne ya point ne say oni nkofo na me chese me di video ni mawa kofo wo mo yembe shi wo kwan be so
snippets of it
enti catch on say me say omunya careful na me ye mo kwan mo ringi abawe one bit ko omunya chance
na say ye hu ni say afra say na ye
debi na be ye ni abam mu biemu sisi mo ni abam ye so ni abam enti onu ba wo me no wanya Labanese phobia and Labanese photo eba eko if you baby omo ye meeting no enti omo no say ye 1 trillion kra na chese opeso chese o backbone o support na ba wo me ye ma wo kwan ene echina chi is what I say na juma medi nkofo we no because nyoma o ma ye no sisi me wo mu tape no o mu meetings o ma ye ni nyina no me bobo ano enti mon kan che electoral commission ma me no so on kasa nkyere ne ma no na de fa be yo mo tan ukuru
suspicions electoral commission is being dragged into this
so no ba o me say our backbone of the police be ye wura COP tetenyon no wadawro ma papa wonim say me oluma ni wo akwasum ni wura ma ba o me on fa ne ballot emegu hu fi na ne wa appointu hwem na o se bia o police phone bi na nani do mo so papa me unim se me menka ni enim me masem bia meka no na o manka so mo kampo unim se de bia koi wa hate point na me di o machi I'm telling you make me ni pay meeting ni nyina some about trading ba wo me aka ho aduma ko we friends America bo age o chiri be fi ena maka Labanese too eba ho be ni aka no
I said the names of the Lebanese from but I want to hold on for
na kram bakroma na me bibia
great mami
ko fo we yo me dre wo mo fucking
over ho
ba o me ani ni tim no
mami say Kingsley what yeah what for all line so great now gauging the space from where Kweku Alex is coming from do you foresee the elections where ebeya sumdremusa for which reason Emma some of you can most stay offer more monitor the situation on the ground. Taking it from maybe Odi free by. How do you get the space? Me say, getting baby Alex the free by. And on ama make us some of you can ama we stay more independent and more share said and never back. Do you foresee say?
Anya independent kokoi. Mami correct bibi quickly before say me bawo. Em say me nua na make allegation bi anya no kre. O attachia enye kapreba influence.
Okay.
Attachia enye me kapre. Enti mesre no ni pese e be dinkomo we abewie no. Na no so abeya another news say say ekoyi ya no obebia and I just want to make it clear. Atachia onime eni sesikasem enho adwadi se wo diska bi ma diska akoshe nesem amane di me panacho mesre na ni jimu but we empesa ne amane di
amane contract
anti ya menya neutral se mentoaba
oh wo betoaba
yes atosu mienu
okay
wasa make allegation say yen abrochire for buy no ye ba begigi sika ene ye de kotoaba me pese me sa clear sa de clear enne.
Okay.
Emphatically, me akosie dumate Japan of a K MPP UK chairman. Not a single candidate out between Yakasa and Zessin Busem me or the capre Eshemsem Emamisum.
I see.
Manibi. Also the clarity or no. Let's say. If we are saying yes, Nipa Bakon could define your phrase Sabio and my phrase Infantifo. But me. Me clear no goku enti hwade no se obi akoji sika me nyina so enkasa mu bia me se obi amfa kapre enhye me sem mempe me dim hia wese e wo ni dim obuo mu party ninti na yemu binum yakasa me ya lebu me yesem ye ba umia yesem ye Canada Japan yesem ye so ho enyame me nyobi am ye party no.
Yeah.
Adwuma na ye ne sesia na ene minuanum nyina tiegu ma omo ye no adwuma no ehia me so bia be ye ne de fefefe ohwe candidates yampa me de mani adi omochi a genuinely baby ana me for say bia nka bia be ha yen obia ko obia ka ne nsem me hu se wo mo ankasa specifically ediatem but nipa num na wo akire no especially on the WhatsApp page num ne radio no so num ne ade na ye no kre se ne America no ye no kre ntimi nua no mesre no ma on my internet studio na bia because of say o ko kan say nyame na ma betena say me say me independent me independent beto aba but me say openly I will not support any candidate.
Okay,
that is my choice.
Okay,
and everybody should respect that position of mine. I'm not obi me say me nye yesa me pito kura me nye me de ne se kwaku se ye wi adwuma no ampa na earlier on asema me kai na me se ka ampa se ye wo mpanimfo wo fi a eka bia nka asema a ye ka ne ne ya ye tu sika tugu abontini a ene awie yen se nipa binum so aka si wo mbu so mbe di atemama Yesu abayi nka ama because ke ye hye no wodem etinase ema ye nyina dwene ho ye ema ye hu se we are not in normal times in tiniko asenke ye ye ho chenye na nke ye behwe no na nke ye yi ya na ye kan before ene ho na be di nachi na nke ye wie na ye kɔ asomdwe mu ene no enye dictatorship se mo obi kwa ma ne ntoaba but so obi ka so obekɔ na se bia se mpanimfo mienu yi ene ye ka wo bo mu yi ampa ene ye tena se ka se yie ebie niema ni nyina so mo obi ate ase ampa ne ye hu se in the interest of the party and the country and unti stand ye squeeze ye ho na ye mfa nko anka sa na na me mepe me nka se no nso so ye obi choice atintina ye nkata obi akuma asuso ni hono so peso madwene keke na machire ho eno no it doesn't go nowhere and carry weight bi aba machire magain but ochina ye ko na ye ko hwegu na metena wo sikidi Yesu na me sen kasa bi mu na me se me refer back there I will have the right and cause to refer back ye kwaku at the frontier ye mu binum ye gina sa position no ne se enkofo na wo mu ye wo mu finya wo mu di atem bubu mu na mu ni ade na wo mu se ye candidates ni nyina gu wo mu fi no nyame ya dom ne ekɔ ne ekoto aba no ne ekoyi ba ko a me of fucking madwuma nie madwuma sorry na makoto sapo na mato samna na mato nkun na mato atade na mato afen na se mato brass so ye tinwi no kakra wo ne ye be brass ya na madware wo mu nipa kro na yeyi no na nuanom nyina ka bom wa assignment na abeto ho no ye be dware nipa no fina ya ye no ho no ato agu na ya se na atade abonu powder asra ne nkun anunu ne trim na afa ye nea ye di sa bone no ya sa tie si abonten se ye beton amayato. That is what the assignment we have. And for me, atem didie for enka ombetie mi ampa enka ne masema America no ofidie su ya mede ba ko be ka ho ama ye nyina ya te ase ye wura kwabna Japan e policy direction adutum obi Brian obi Bawumia obi Ken obi omo nsem na omo kan nyina ye oman no kyekere ho nsem na omo kan now at the frontier brochire ye bi ya bato to won ye si monko na monko ye campaign na se kire ne se ideas na nipa no na fa afo no mutiri ye omutimi pass ye ne wono when they are going out and selling it no the most parts na wo mu na ye papa no we pick it as a party yakoyi ba ku na wie no yakofa kwabena de no bi yafa Brian de no bi yafa adutum de yafa Bawumia de yafa Yewura Canada Japan de na ye kan nyina bom hia it becomes our policy directions as to how we are going to build our country ideas na honey free ba but ye de no yes him pay attention to those ideas now momu no ye be water down the ideas ye de nipa na beto table so na ye timi agu ne ho fi asɛ no asopa na gu nanimu ase na ideas ni nyina ye de agu dem wa bra yentimi kan wasem yi mane to asom papa but eno so a part of democracy. But you see, what I am telling my people is this, that before we can implement such a beautiful ideas that our people have and policies, I just see a winning 2 me answer. Say you reckon the Japan never win you, say you near Bemua, yet to me implementing idea. Say you're a Baumian never win you, say near Bemua, yet to me implementing idea. For me, I believe that the Bia Queen, see a Korea, na ampa, but one we are crowding and partisan individual seka, and I see a baby and Yabo Yodubia Mobi, my yes has to be born in me and your papa. Yama the Munaho, now you're starting a pet. Yen tokwa e police stations ni ade nyina frim aye fie ane ye kwakoyi obi ade anim obi a monarch so na dwene posa media me ko kumnipa na me ko pra obi. We don't do that. We should not dare do that. Yen nya obi fam obi yen mamu na ho fan na ye hwia mesram panimfo no said as soon as we finish they call all the five so quickly and have a sit down proper and get the people reliable saying you bet me rally behind you no na obian go for sorry yes asupan ko for your my adwuma ni nyina so ginger base etimamo ma ye nkoto base ni ntumu ye hia ye dan a ye tefra hwe ase ba ko ene bedi enkunim but mercy media dia mimi here free mimi national executive for any mpanimfo a ye dey wo moye election committee for eno ni ade na no proxy asem wo ko fa wansem ba ya broche for enka me kra de me see atu ye DC e ba na abegi sika no ye maniwu ye me kan e di ko mo ye ntu ya ba no e wo ye kuro mu ya wa bra ye magana ho kra me to ba na ke ye wia obi a ye fa resource no famre wo na obi antena ne ba bi na tina ya me gu ye nimu ase e di ke ye ne san ka beboa but then nyina e gusu di ho nkomo setimi ya adwuma fine enya adwuma me meba na ma betena se din na ma ba betoma ba ne abobɔ ya bobɔ wie pɛ empanimfo entimi ntina se tizenia na nado danko akufuado e frɛ all the aspirants edo mu hia ye and na me ne wo ka say I have seen some beautiful pictures kwakuma manusi yo wo mo akɔ yewura akofo fie and na ye ne birthday all mine ye mana woda pa awurade ntunu kom mana hoden woni delay interview ye one of the best esese obi anya bi no tiampa ne emfa futu sem emfa mfrim ye wie pa sa mpanimfo president kofo ene nanado danko akufo ado ene mpanimfo no nyina ntina se quickly ya to abani wie ya within 1 week na omumfo mu nyina mra together na ya nyina rally behind nipa krono wini en kwagu me masem ni so obi be time ya mene ya adwene so mo fuse ni America ni yankwasya asem na no nti omu ntia it's up to them so on be fa ne dia ya adwuma so a it's up to them kwagu me sa na mete me wie madwuma
good what can say here one hwam papa me do be see us but of course we'll have more time because election here just couple of weeks to come now I feel by that time now what town now fi ya better studio I more analysis me nya na pe bi num na rest ma me na
me chia me nya no studio pa o si me sinya me shira no ne adwuma pa o mo
amen
o nko so no mo nya no boko ya pontin tokwa yempeja no soro ne yemfa si wo boko
bi wo zo abako abebe bebu nsa no ate no ase
okay baba me da se bebre so ye ne eye ora Kingsley Edumata ene ne kasa Japan kwaku wo hwe se de wabo anu ya na je se wono de however say or the size no he still
appealing or kasa wo kasa munti
but all the meetings are like from now
his opinion only opinion no so dey yes say emrani say opinions are free nti omba form
Kasembi electoral commission for no do you think the electoral commission will still not make any balancing the equation but will still want to support
wo de beba no mbe yama wo
okay
electoral commission no what they say omko supreme court dey na to kan or say elections are win by
one at the polling station
yes I don't know intino electoral commission for there mo nhyehyɛ amaye na kwaku video ya am de kire wi sɛ ni tape ne mawa
emu hu pa very disturbing
wo you dangerous chen obi
very disturbing
and the security kura sisi ameka say kura no omo de nkofo fi South Africa omo training security amano ana one said
yeah
na ne ho yamesere because almost san koye Monday last week no so almost san koye another meeting e wo Kata hotel wo La Paz
sure
maybe the omachi
yeah
enti no omo nko baby
that signal no
omo nko baby
why do you think that Oma is so daring
why desperate because of sisi ano abana no pese owie mu no see who say the bar and fat.
But let me ask a question and be very blunt, not because of what's our company. Yeah. Do you think that Ora Canada Japan will close you up so much this time around? Difficult.
Take it for me. Can 53% upper 152. Now, yes, you're money.
My trophy Ghana too.
Make me say 53. Yeah. All the member of the mammy say, Pahua, 52.
Ghanaians, watch this.
Take it from me. Now, what can I say? Territory now. Baumia Wabetomuno. When your Bank of Ghana, we will be our politics 24 years, Wako Parliament 24 years. Now, who bet me, Viana, Bank of Ghana for now, bet me, you may be on your Obiono, Wabetun will no territory, or better now, Bakuna to me, we are, no, a year, a bina hoarding. A bind ye, say, what you can't buy what I say, face you, men and I say, face you, Walla, Ubin me. Inti no na ho de ne beta na chi no say no sa ho de ne fi oba o me akasa kura wo hunu ka wo say wo hu ba o me message
quick one ye be sorry so but obra wa utotrom obra penin ye wontimi still in the hands of government
ex president
mama me sa video me enhwa de how so far mo be na wo ye e de aboma mama me sa video me enhwa ye wontimi ne embattlement in the hands of government. Do you see say witch hunting?
Now why na witch na why hunting?
Maybe no say witch hunting.
Now why na witch why na hunting?
Guys, can I have that video?
Why na hunting with you Okroma? Oh no why hunting no. Why na can say be? Na send this for the me good. Information this for kita wo ntumi ho no. Say sam nkomo, me wan say order so kra na mabone. Sam dey say nkomo. Last week me ko na.
Can I have the video guys quickly?
Na me nim say this is on the room ni nyina ko so won say is tintin ni nyina ba
no
oh yeah HIV no patient
we disassociate ourselves.
Oh me say na say wo pa won siu na court mayen ko ye ne test
me need medical report
ka me court am yakọ ye ne test
no Kwame afon pa
me say wo ye HIV positive
no
me na make
we disassociate ourselves.
Me give you our suspect
no please me
but physical when you su condom bia no
wa phone so ma me pa
enye case na amanafo no awon ne yale da na we yale we wo ho omo ntena untumi TV ho discuss you and omo discuss say ye bie akompre kunti so omo say no wafo aka bone ho awo na me nim hesta na wo ye me nim se ve na abado we na aje che agwa aboa say na wo ye me ja no David na untumi oni pa ho na na dura ni ho wo you dwan kasa
mu hu ni say we chance mu fi say
na say this for timu asem papa untumi na unim nyam untumi timi ye uni ho ade
but I know mo ye kan no me nya mo ye bi ti a party no a ama party na kwoti be mu and the party mpenifo no bi rather mu hu ni say NDC for your mo
na bi di mo yam no ma ni pay o da mo say wa top party office e wo krofrom owa ye to asase MPP for or man for say contribution iron road cement ni nyina oton di wensi dan no voter region create me CMPP no no answer 47 wanti me anwi ni amonye den obesi for na wono odwansa wa begino say osan or ba party chairman national untumi no me say last week me ko he Natalia o ma pam samisa won o ma jeli no na mo no Oma pam Natalia crossing ho dada.
Guys, folks,
what them na untimi na ube hu ni.
Yeah, they build up this year. Alex, for our last words, brother,
my last words ni say mon kanche bugri na bu say onu su kodi obi ni search video we pie wo me ho. Bugri na bu. Oh, na onu so na adwuma wo ye.
But any yen kan kwasa.
Yo, is that me
actually? Franentem
fransam obi so franentem say
franentem say we ko butu obi so anaso obi anabisa.
What be that? Bugri na bu wo ye ohene. Na wo to mo so nya.
Oyo ohene so.
Yo ohene a wo hu ne wa ye. Ono ne ne o ma ho ye no. So wan ko ho obi ha wo. Yes abo na anse wo.
Ye de be ma we for cyber unity for. Na o ma hwe mo.
O de mon kan kire no mon to krama no.
So what is
we don't get no much in sika this so still emfa na me my din na na
and ko ye kra folks
di monton krama no so ye adwuma ma ne brother
ye mo be see how na do of course the build up to the MPP upcoming delegates conference you better see how that said your air because it's just a couple of weeks ahead let us say o makwa koto when e be win yenim. But we believe that the best candidates, of course, on the flip side, we should win. Nema Sumbre, Engineer.
Oh, can I win?
MPP.
Yeah,
folks, my name is Quick One, a great guy, say, Bo Michidom, Echo Bismarck up there, online editor Kings Campbell, and of course the two indefatigable Yao Yamba executive producer, and then credible Omame Ebomi Chiram Kofi Ansa, and director of research Eno Kofi Kofi Ejiri. Of course, great guy over the weekend. In somewhere Kosi 9 Usubem Pansemi behind the scenes, he was doing a fantastic job, folks. And you know, my Obi Bisa me say, Kweku, Sadnet 2 TV, to